Good day, everyone. I am Jennifer E.T. from FEU Institute of Technology. Today, I will be presenting our research titled Exploring the Influence of Social Media Usage on Fake News Perception and Propagation Using Social Network Analysis. This study investigates how individuals' social media habits influence their ability to detect, believe, and spread fake news. By using social network analysis, we aim to understand how user behavior and network relationships contribute to the spread of misinformation online. Introduction. The rise of social media has transformed how we communicate and share information. However, it has also made it easier for misinformation to spread rapidly. Platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter allow real-time updates, but fake news often circulates faster than fact-checking can occur. This study focuses on how cognitive biases, digital literacy, and algorithmic filtering shape the way users perceive and share fake news. Using social network analysis, we explore the dynamics of these interactions and how misinformation travels within digital communities. Next is the statement of the problem. This research aims to answer one key question. How does social media usage influence the perception and propagation of fake news through social networks? Specifically, it examines whether time spent online increases exposure to fake news, how trust in social platforms affects the sharing of misinformation, the role of network influence in spreading fake news, and which behavior or structural factors best predict the fake news propagation. For the objectives of the study, the general objective of this research is to analyze how user behavior and network characteristics contribute to fake news perception and spread. More specifically, this study seeks to identify correlations between social media engagement, trust, and misinformation exposure. Next is to evaluate the influence of network centrality in spreading fake news. Third is applying logistic regression and decision tree models to predict misinformation behavior. And lastly, to propose strategies for improving media literacy and responsible platform design. For the theoretical background, our framework is based on two theories. First is the social network analysis and misinformation theory. For the social network analysis, it examines relationships, influence, and information flow between users, focusing on metrics like degree centrality, community detection, and of course, influence propagation. For the misinformation theory, it explains how fake news thrives in echo chambers due to confirmation bias and emotional engagement. Together, these frameworks guide our understanding of how user behavior and algorithms contribute to misinformation diffusion. For the review of related literature, previous studies have shown that cognitive biases like confirmation bias makes users more likely to believe and share false information. Emotional or sensational content tends to spread faster than factual news. Additionally, social bots and organized disinformation campaigns further amplify fake news narratives. Researchers have used social network analysis and machine learning to identify misinformation hubs, while others have proposed fact checking, algorithmic moderation, and digital literacy as key countermeasures. For the research design and methodology, this study uses a quantitative approach that integrates social network analysis and predictive modeling. Our respondents consist of 310 active social media users aged 18 to 50, selected through stratified random sampling. Then, the data were collected via an online survey that measured time spent on social media, trust in online content, and exposure to fake news. sharing behavior, and network centrality. For analysis, we use descriptive statistics, correlation tests, chi-square, Kruskal-Wallis, logistic regression, and also decision tree models. Visualizations look like scatter plots, box plots, and ROC curves were also employed. Results of overview. The results revealed that the amount of time spent online does not significantly affect the fake news exposure. However, higher trust in social media strongly correlates with misinformation sharing. Network centrality was not a sole factor. Fake news can spread regardless of influence level. Predictive models showed that trust, centrality, and activity time are major behavioral predictors of misinformation behavior. Time spent versus fake news encounters. This scatterplot analysis showed a weak negative correlation between time spent on social media and fake news exposure. This suggests that misinformation spread depends less on time spent online and more on content algorithms, personal biases, and engagement patterns. Next is the network centrality. The box plot showed that both fake news sharers and non-sharers have similar influence scores. This means misinformation is not only spread by popular or central users, but by individuals across all influence level within a network. Next is age group comparison. The Bylin plot illustrated that fake news exposure is relatively consistent across all age groups, with only a slight increase among users aged 45 to 54. This indicates that age is not strong predictor of susceptibility to misinformation. For the trust and fake news propagation, the chi-square analysis revealed a clear pattern. Users with low trust in social media had 30% sharing rate, those with medium trust had 50% rate, and those with high trust reached an 80% sharing rate. This finding highlights that blind trust in online platforms increase the likelihood of sharing misinformation. It emphasizes the importance of critical thinking and media literacy among users. For the ROC curve or logistic regression, the ROC curve demonstrated that the logistic regression model has moderate predictive power. This means that while users traits like trust and engagement can predict misinformation sharing, other external factors such as algorithms and cognitive biases also play significant roles. For the decision tree model, the decision tree model identified three main predictors of misinformation sharing. First is trust in social media, next is time spent online, and also network centrality. Interestingly, fake news spreads through multiple branches, suggesting that the phenomenon is driven by a combination of behavioral and structural factors rather than a single cause. Now, for the next part, discussion, our findings revealed that misinformation is not primarily driven by heavy social media usage, but by high levels of trust in online content. The spread of fake news is decentralized. Both ordinary users and highly influential ones contribute to its propagation. And each platform also shows unique patterns. Facebook is often linked with long form political misinformation, while TikTok tends to amplify short form influence based fake news. These insights call for targeted interventions that combine behavioral education and algorithmic moderation. For the conclusion, in summary, fake news diffusion is influenced more by trust and user behavior rather than by time spent online or network influence. Social network analysis and predictive analytics show that misinformation spread horizontally, not just through top influencers. To combat disinformation, it is vital to strengthen fact-checking systems, foster critical thinking, and promote media literacy programs across communities. For the recommendations, based on our results, we recommend the following. First is to integrate media literacy programs in schools and workplace. Also, encourage users to evaluate online content critically before sharing. Next is develop AI-assisted fact-checking tools within social media platform. And we also recommend enhance the content regulation policies and promote transparency in algorithms, and then build partnerships among government, academia, and tech industry to combat fake news collectively. And lastly, to establish institutional misinformation response unit for real-time monitoring. For the implications, this study implications stands across multiple sectors. For policy, digital literacy education should be included in national curricula. For research, the future study should expand to private messaging apps. For industry, collaboration with data scientists and fact-checking groups is encouraged. And for society, we must cultivate healthy skepticism and avoid blind trust in digital networks. For the references, our references include key works from Guess, Basoji, Shu, and Tandok, which discuss misinformation, digital literacy, and fake news detection on social media. So that concludes my presentation, and thank you for your attention. And let me end this presentation with a meaningful quote. The best defense against misinformation is not censorship, but education. So if you have any more questions or queries, I'll be happy to address them. You may contact me at my email presented or flash on the screen. Thank you.